Hi, everyone. Welcome back. Today, we're going to learn a little bit about VLOOKUP. So, what we're trying to solve for is we have some packages that came in, but we don't know the name and address of the person it belongs to. Luckily, we have the employee ID here on this list, and we have employee IDs here, and we have their first name, last name, and street address here. So how can we get the ID numbers in this tab to talk to the ID numbers in this tab? Well, let's figure that out. So we're just going to start by typing in equal VLOOKUP, and it's going to ask us for four different things. The first thing is the search key. The search key is another way of saying what do both sheets have in common. So we're going to click here on the employee ID number, comma to show that we're ready to type in the next piece of information. Now it's asking us where can we look. So I'm going to go to split addresses, and I'm going to highlight starting with the ID number all the way to the street address. And I'll explain why in a moment. So it's asking us for the index, basically which of these rows do we care about. Now, these are labeled by letters, but that's not how we're going to let it know. We're going to let it know that we care about it by the count of columns. You might be thinking, oh, that's a little confusing because rows are normally what we use numbers for. And I would agree. However, in this situation, we're counting from where we highlighted our range. So in this moment, column C is actually 1. And first name is 2, last name is 3, and street address is 4. So we're looking for first name. So we're going to type in 2. And then as every time that you write out this formula, you're just always going to put false at the end. So for right now, we gave it 4 pieces of information. What do they have in common? Where do I want to look? And which column, starting from the first one, do we want the information from? And we always type out false. So I'm going to hit enter. And there it is. It has the first name. I'm going to highlight it all the way down. And it looks like we have our first NA. Let's come back to that at the end of this tutorial. So I'm going to do this again for practice sake. We're going to type in equal VLOOKUP. We know that our search key is going to be the ID number. We know that we're looking in these ranges here from C all the way to F. And this time we want the last name. So that's 1, 2, 3. It's the third column. And we'll always type false for today. And I'll highlight that all the way down. I'll do this one more time. Equal VLOOKUP. We want to compare these ID numbers, comma. We're going to look in a particular range from C all the way to F, comma. And then we want this time what is in column 1, 2, 3, 4, the fourth column, and false. All right, so we have the final item done. So what does NA mean? NA means that it didn't find anybody with this ID number. If it had, it would have given us an outcome, and it didn't. I could go back over here and change this to that same ID number. So 1013,001. And now it'll work because now it has something to reference. So if you ever get an NA, that's how you figure out what's wrong. It's basically there's nothing that it's referencing. Nothing exists in that other range under that ID number, that common search key. All right. Thanks so much for stopping by. See you next time.